Coming up, we take a deeper look into the investigation of the deadly crash involving South Dakota's Attorney General.
Plus, we have an update on a chase in western Sioux Falls that ended with a highway patrol car damaged. Good morning, this is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
South Dakota Attorney General Jason Ravnsborg is under immense pressure to resign from office. South Dakota lawmakers are taking up the issue of impeachment, and Governor Kristi Noem is calling on him to resign. In an unusual move, the South Dakota Highway Patrol released 3 hours of interviews between detectives and Ravnsborg.
At one point, investigators asked him if he was on his phone when the accident happened. Ravnsborg admitted that he was on his phone looking at news articles while driving, but he insisted he was not distracted by his phone at the time of the crash.
One of the other things that we know, Jason, is you weren't in the middle of the road. You were on the shoulder. And I know it happens fast because it's happened to me. We have 3 people putting him next to the grass. So we knew something was happening. I mean, you're a smart man. You know, Joe and I have done this job a long time. We know what the evidence is going to show us, what the evidence does show us.
I don't remember. I remember being in the road, but you know, I guess you'll show me what the evidence shows.
On Wednesday, a resolution for impeachment of the Attorney General was read on the House floor. South Dakota journalists have never seen a video interrogation released like the Ravnsborg case in the state before. Up until now, the only time videos that are a part of an investigation are made public is when they're shown in court.
South Dakota law enforcement has denied KELOLAND investigates requests for videos for years, citing state law that shelters them from being made public. The lobbyist for the South Dakota Newspaper Association has been pushing for more open records laws for years. He says the release of the Ravnsborg videos is encouraging.
I think at the end of the day, it serves the public well because it helps everyone get a more complete and better understanding of this very high-profile incident of what happened here. And I think having public access to these videos helps the public better understands this what happened, as well as dispel some of the rumors and sort of the talk about what may or may not have happened too. So it serves the public good.
However, Bordewijk doesn't think this release will set a precedent for making law enforcement videos public in the future. The South Dakota Department of Public Safety tells KELOLAND News that the release of the Ravnsborg videos were directed by the governor's office because the Attorney General is the state's highest-ranking law enforcement official. Well, turning to weather now, parts of KELOLAND saw highs in the 50s to start the week.
But we have cooled slightly, so let's see how cool it could get with meteorologist Scott Munt.
Well, good morning, everybody. We are looking at temperatures today to get back to the 40s and 50s with plenty of sunshine to go across the area. Then as we go into this weekend, temperatures will slightly cool with that snow chance we have going Saturday night into Sunday, but warm next week. I expect long lines at the car wash. More details ahead in your KELOLAND Live Doppler forecast with Brian.
Thanks, Scott. A crash Wednesday afternoon in Sioux Falls knocked out power to some people on the west side of the city. Officers were called to the area of Marion Road and 26th Street for a vehicle that had crashed into a pole.
Sioux Falls police asked people to avoid the area as they cleaned up the crash and turned the power back on. We have an update on a crash that ended, in a chase that ended in a crash and left a highway patrol car damaged. Tuesday afternoon, a trooper spotted a stolen vehicle at the intersection of Madison Street and I-29. The trooper tried to pull the vehicle over, but the driver took off.
During the pursuit, a 51-year-old man who was a backseat passenger jumped out. He was later arrested. The pursuit continued. At one point, the suspect's vehicle collided with a patrol car. The driver kept going until it went into the ditch, hit the patrol car again, and got stuck. The driver and another passenger were also arrested. Pennington County Sheriff Kevin Toome is giving us more insight about how his department responded to a Rapid City murder suspect in the days leading up to the crime. James Jumping Eagle was released from jail on February 4th.
Now, even though he was out on bond, he tried to turn himself back in on February 8th, just 2 days before he's accused of killing 82-year-old Rita McGovern.
There was a warrant issued for him on the 17th of February, so he came in on the 8th of February. there was no warrant that was active in the system, so obviously we can't arrest somebody with not having an active warrant. Now, why he thought there was a warrant, you'd have to ask him that question.
Authorities caught up with Jumping Eagle on February 20th. In addition to first-degree murder, he's charged in federal court for failing to register as a sex offender. Sioux Falls police are once again reminding people to not leave valuables inside your vehicles.
This comes after officers received several reports of items being stolen from cars, including outside a fitness center.
All three of them had car windows broken and purses were taken. So we've talked about this, locking your cars is great, but if you leave your purse in there or a bag or a laptop, something that somebody can walk by and see, it doesn't take long to break a window.
Clemens says if you have to leave valuables in your car, make sure they're out of sight. And let's look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Good morning, Brian.
All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. Weather today, well, it does feature an increase in the wind speed, but specifically, we're talking about this afternoon as you look at these numbers begin to climb here past midday. 15 to 30, pretty common from Aberdeen to Pierre, Chamberlain, Rapid City. Now, Sioux Falls getting on the edge of that, but then the winds will likely pick up here overnight tonight in our eastern counties. In fact, you can see toward midnight or 1 in the morning, that's a pretty steady wind. In fact, some of these higher elevation points north of Watertown, along the Coteau areas, extending on the Buffalo Ridge in southwest Minnesota, easily will start to get some pretty strong wind gusts into Friday morning, and I think that southwest Minnesota tomorrow easily could be close to 40 up in Marshall. Sioux Falls not far behind. So, yeah, it's not exactly picture perfect. You know, when you look at the temperature forecast, you got to remember the wind goes hand in hand with some of that. Otherwise, the forecast on FutureCast here, pretty dry to start the weekend. We still think a cold front will slip in from the north here Saturday night into Sunday, and the colder air behind that could seep in here a little stronger Sunday morning, and that will further energize our cause for some snow chances Sunday morning. Not necessarily anything major here, but some possibility of a coating of snow, and then I think that'll quickly depart, and next week we are back to above normal weather, and you're going to hear a lot more about that in the first week of March. Temperature today, 50 in Chamberlain here, 50 degrees also in Pierre. Lows tonight, 25 to 30, pretty common, partly cloudy. And then tomorrow, well, those highs are still warming up with the wind, 51 in Mitchell. Notice our wind numbers not as strong for western South Dakota tomorrow. Mid-40s still in Sioux Falls Saturday, then that drop Saturday night into Sunday. Then we'll try to turn it around here and head back the other way Monday, Tuesday of next week. 50-degree weather still on the table. Tuesday could be a really interesting day. That has a lot of potential. Right now, we've got it gauged at 50 in Aberdeen, but keep in mind, that's still 6 days out. That could change. Pierre also looking at 50-degree weather. Pretty commonplace early next week. Drying out, too. That's one other story we'll get to, I'm sure, in the days ahead. Rapid City, 30% chance of snow Saturday, and warming up next week. Find out more coverage with our Storm Center update right now at KELOLAND.com.